Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Gizmo Joe. Today we are going to do an unboxing of the Oppo A73 mobile phone. Now this particular model is exclusive to Australia, so I'm sure you could probably import it, but this guy is actually sold in stores here in Australia, and I got a really good deal on it, so that's why I picked it up. So normally at places like JB Hi-Fi and Officeworks, you're looking at this phone being around 300 Australian dollars. I managed to pick it up on Target's eBay store for 179 Australian dollars, which is about 130 US dollars. Which I thought was a really, really good deal, especially for something that has an Australian warranty. I didn't have to import it. I got it in a couple days, delivered straight to my door. So I've never had an Oppo phone before, so I'm really excited and want to take a look in the box. But first, let's just quickly have a look. The box has like an embossed feature on it, so as a texture, so it does feel a little bit more premium, and the logos there are a bit more shiny. So as you can see, just let's have a look here. What's this say? This is just giving us some basic information. So there's your bands and stuff, and you can see that this one's locked to Optus, but that's not a big deal because I do use Optus here in Australia, so that's my mobile carrier. So again, that's probably why this guy is so cheap, because it is locked to a particular mobile provider. However, you can get these unlocked for fairly cheap. You go on eBay, do a quick search. It's usually about 10, 20 bucks. You can unlock them and use them with any network. But anyway, let's dive into this guy and have a look and see what's in the box. Like I said, I've never had an Oppo phone before. I've heard good things. Ugh. All right, so there's the phone. Let's just set that aside for a minute. Wow, it's really light. But put that aside for a minute, and let's just have a look at what's in the box. So that's nothing there. What's in here? Okay, so they give you a case, which is really cool. So let's just have a look here. This looks like warranty stuff. You got some manuals and whatnot. Quick guide. Nothing super exciting there. But they do give you a case, which is nice. It's just one of those plasticky neoprene cases, but still better than nothing. Alright, looks like you get your charging brick. So there's your Australian charging brick there, as you would expect since we are in Australia. Looks like a pair of headphones, and it looks like it's a 3.5 millimeter jack, so that's really good because it means it's got one, which is fantastic. Now let's see here. This one's just a standard USB cable, and it looks like it's a micro USB. I'm pretty sure that's what it said on the website when I bought it, but let's have a look. Yep, micro USB. So no USB-C here. I know for some people that's a bit of a deal breaker, but I don't mind it, to be honest with you. I know you get faster speeds and things like that, but I don't really think it's that big of a deal. And the fact that I have more micro USB cables than USB-C, it's actually kind of welcome. Anyway, let's put all this aside and have a look at the actual phone. So, like I said, when I first pulled it out, the phone itself is super light. It's 6-inch screen, by the way, in an 18:9 aspect ratio, so it is quite large, actually. I'm pretty surprised. I thought it would be a little bit smaller. So the body is a bit larger than I assumed initially, but let's peel this off. Okay, so it does feel really, really nice in the hand. So first thing, there is sort of a lip around here, so you can see where the body of the phone meets the glass display. You can see that there's like that bit of a lip. Now that doesn't really bother me because when you hold the phone, you don't really notice it because your fingers tend to just rest on the frame there. But for some people, that might be a little bit irritating. I'm assuming if you put the case on it, it becomes flush, but sometimes I like using my phone without the case. I know it's, you can drop it and get all scratched up and everything, but it just feels a heck of a lot nicer. Anyway, like I said, the first thing that I noticed is how light it is. It also feels really nice in the hand. It's very, very smooth. It's got kind of an iPhone feel to it. You can see on the back here, you got your camera lens and a fingerprint scanner, and it's in that oval shape, which is a bit different than what I'm used to. You get your volume rocker over here, and it looks like your power button over here. Looks like that's your SIM card tray, and you could also pop a micro SD card in there, so that's always good. Now, as far as specs are concerned, this guy's running the MediaTek 6763T. So I believe that's an octa-core processor, 8-core processor. It's got 3 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes of storage, but you can expand that storage up to 256 gigabytes with a micro SD card, so that's pretty cool. The rear camera is 13 megapixels. The front camera, I believe, is 16. I'll have to double check that. When I do my full review next week, I'll definitely get the right numbers for you. But as you can see down here, you got your headphone jack, which is fantastic. Always like to see that. Looks like you got a mono speaker grill there. You got your microphone, and finally the micro USB charging cable. But yeah, I mean, first impressions, it's an incredibly light phone. Feels nice in the hand. It's a bit larger than what I thought, especially when I originally read online that it's that 18:9 aspect ratio. It is 6-inch though, so I guess you're looking at about a 5.5-inch sort of frame. But this is all plastic here. So again, you look at the Oppos. I did some research before I bought it. You look at the R series of Oppos. Apparently those are all metal, but the A series is kind of like the more budget models, and they're plastic. But I thought for the specs and for the price and the fact that it has an Australian warranty and I can return this back to Target if anything goes wrong with it, it was a steal at essentially $130 because normally when you buy from GearBest and Geek Buying and stuff, I mean, if something goes wrong, you could always try to send it back, but it is a bit of a pain. I've had issues in the past with returning stuff or not receiving stuff and all that sort of thing. So it's just nice to actually get something from an Australian retailer knowing that it's backed by that Australian warranty. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to firing this guy up, using it for about a week, and doing a full review on it. Now, I've done a little bit of research. People seem to be pretty impressed with this guy. And like I said, normally it retails for about Australian dollars. So definitely a steal at 179. And I will be looking forward to giving this a go, but it does feel really nice in the hand. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. That was the Oppo A73 unboxing. Check back next week. I will have a full review on this particular phone, running it through the gamut, and we'll come up with a final sort of impression. Should you buy? Should you not buy? Anyway, that's going to do it for this week. Check back next week. Give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And thanks for watching. That's going to do it for today. This is Gizmo Joe signing off.